Before you go, something I want to show you.
Is that him? The man who's been doing all this to us?
You see this man, I want you to run, okay? And get help.
I thought he'd have a scar on his face. Or an eye patch or something.
Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
Hi, I'm Sharronda Williams, and welcome to Prime Video Finale Breakdown. This episode will be breaking down everything you need to know about what happened in the finale of Cross. All episodes of Cross are currently streaming on Prime Video. Before we get started, remember, this is a spoiler video, so if you haven't watched Cross yet, pause this video. Based on the characters from bestselling author James Patterson's novels, Cross centers around forensic psychologist and detective Alex Cross. Cross is currently investigating a sadistic serial killer wreaking havoc on Washington, D.C. Cross must work with his partner John Sampson to track down and stop the killer while also battling threats from his past. All 8 episodes of Cross Season 1 are available to stream now on Prime Video. Now for those of you who have watched, let's take a look at everything that happened in the finale. During the course of the season, Alex Cross has been working on a case to catch a serial killer who he named the Fanboy. In the midst of his investigation, Cross has been receiving mysterious flowers and phone calls with notes that led him to believe the person responsible is his wife's murderer. Just when Cross has finally captured the Fanboy, also known as Ed Ramsey, it seems like he can finally give his full attention to finding his wife's killer. Little does Cross know his world will soon be turned upside down when he realizes that he finally knows who his wife's killer is and the connection he has to him. Before Cross can find him, the killer makes it to his house and attacks Nana Mama, who is now fighting for her survival in the hospital. Cross knows he has to track this person down, but he must first make sure that his children are safe from harm's way. Elle volunteers to take his children to Miss Nancy, who is Damon's piano teacher and Nana Mama's new friend, and they go to her family's cabin until Cross can find the killer. As Cross is trying to track down the whereabouts of Peter, a man who has been stalking Cross and his family, he makes a startling discovery. Miss Nancy is actually Peter's mom, and he now realizes he has delivered his children and girlfriend into the hands of the enemy. The semi-good news is that while Cross has discovered this, his son Damon has also found photos of Nancy and Peter. Damon tells Elle of the new shocking news. Cross tries to get in contact with Elle, but since Miss Nancy's cabin has no Wi-Fi or cell service, she intercepts the call on the landline. He tries to make an excuse to talk to Elle, but Miss Nancy realizes that Cross now knows her true connection to Peter. She tells Cross to come to the cabin alone and unarmed if he ever wants to see his children alive again. Cross goes to make amends with his partner John first and enlists his help to save his kids and Elle. They come up with a plan, but John is shot by Peter, who is waiting for him in the woods. Cross makes it to the cabin unarmed as promised, but Peter tells him that he killed John. Miss Nancy tells Cross that he now must lose a child just like she has. Miss Nancy clues Cross into the missing puzzle piece of why Miss Nancy wants to take down Cross. Deirdre was a former criminal charged with murder that Cross put behind bars. What Cross doesn't know is Deirdre was very close with Miss Nancy, to the point that she considered Deirdre to be a daughter to her. Miss Nancy's son Peter was going to go down for a murder and possibly be sentenced to death until Miss Nancy was able to convince Deirdre to take the charge for Peter. Peter didn't know the truth behind what happened, which causes him to now hesitate in killing Cross. Then John makes an entrance and tries to take out Peter, and Elle is able to get herself loose and get the kids out to safety. John and Cross have Peter and Miss Nancy backed into a corner until Miss Nancy lights herself and the house on fire. John, Cross, Elle, and the kids make it out to safety, and Peter is arrested and taken into custody. Cross even gets the last laugh with the Fanboy. Oh, you thought I forgot about him? While Cross was handling family business, Ed Ramsey makes his way back from the dead, but is captured and taken into custody. Ed thought he would go down in history as a prolific serial killer and be remembered forever, but Cross puts a stop to that. Ed is only charged with kidnapping and 1 murder, and his book is burned right before his eyes. The police chief tells Cross that his hearing is going to be dismissed for previously beating up a young black man. Cross tries to make amends by having a televised meeting with the young man and closes the chapter on his case. Cross finally decides to go to therapy to deal with his wife's death as season 1 comes to a hopeful end. One wonders what season 2 of Cross will bring. Will there be more loose ends tied up? Will Ramsey's helper Bobby Trey make his return? So many questions we need answered, but never fear, season 2 of Cross is in the works. And that concludes this Cross edition of Prime Video Finale Breakdown. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, Cross season 1 is currently streaming only on Prime Video.